Running from werewolves in space has never looked so good. Welcome to my first impressions of Werewolf the Inner Beast, an upcoming PC release from FTR Game Studio, the team behind one of my favorite adult indie games of 2025, Project Werewolf. Now, the Inner Beast isn't really a sequel, a spin-off, or a remake. It's a little more complicated than that. The demo's about to drop, and I was able to get my hands on it early. So today we're breaking down what the Inner Beast actually is, how it compares to Project Werewolf, and whether it's worth checking out when the demo launches on February 23rd. No time to waste, so let's jump in. At its core, Werewolf the Inner Beast is essentially an improved, safe-for-work leaning reimagining of Project Werewolf, designed specifically to reach a broader audience. This version dials up the horror, challenge, and brutality, and dials down the explicit adult content. The goal here is pretty clear. Go for a darker tone with more gore, more tension, and more demanding gameplay, but without the full-on explicit focus of the original. That said, nudity is still an option you can toggle in the menu, so you still have some control over how far you want the content to go. And yeah, this is not just a content toggle slapped onto the original. The Inner Beast makes some serious changes across the board.
Access denied.
Like a completely revamped UI, menus, and the interfaces. A brand new save system. Overhauled inventory and customization, improved combat and movement. The visuals and lighting are clearly enhanced.
Looks good.
There are new weapons and enemy types. The lore goes much deeper this time, and there's full voice acting for every line of dialogue.
Why is it always me doing all this shit? What if this time I just shift into a wolf, run around, and lick my balls, huh?
Do what now?
On top of all that, there are new and altered level layouts and more dynamic interactions. The developers are very explicitly not trying to resell the game. If you already own Project Werewolf, they're not asking or even encouraging you to buy the Inner Beast.
Well, no, I've heard everything.
Its purpose is simply to reach players who like the world, the themes, and the gameplay, but prefer a less explicit experience. And yeah, while I cover games with all levels of fanservice and adult content, my personal sweet spot tends to be more fanservice heavy than fully explicit, although I really did love Project Werewolf. Games like The Killing Antidote, or honestly what I played in this demo, are kind of perfect for me. Since nudity is optional here, you still get control over how spicy or restrained your experience is, which I really appreciate. The demo clocks in about 45 minutes, maybe up to an hour and a half, depending on how thorough you are. In the demo, you'll explore several different areas, fight a solid variety of enemies, solve a few environmental puzzles, experiment with combat and movement, take a shower or two, and mess around with customization, including a few very cheeky outfits. And you know what? It really plays great. So, who should check the demo out? Well, if you've never played Project Werewolf, either because you missed it or because the explicit content wasn't your thing, this is an easy recommendation. But even as someone who did play Project Werewolf and reviewed it at 100% completion, I still had a really good time here. It was cool stepping back into Jess's shoes and feeling how much smoother and more refined the gameplay systems are. And hey, the demo is free, so you've basically got nothing to lose. If you want to see what the original game was all about, I've got a full review after 100% of Project Werewolf on the channel, so check that out. And when Werewolf the Inner Beast fully releases later this year, yeah, I'll absolutely be covering that too. Probably another review after 100%, and I genuinely can't wait. So there you go, my first impressions of Werewolf the Inner Beast. Are you checking out the demo when it drops on the 23rd? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more coverage of the best niche, indie, and fan service games.